Good evening, everybody, and welcome to ELTea MENA, our coffee break style advancing learning podcast series, where for each episode, I'm joined by a guest, an educator from right here in the MENA region, the Middle East and North Africa. Together, we're going to engage in a 30 to 45-minute discussion on a contemporary topic of their choosing. And we're going to do that over a nice cup of tea. Today, I am joined by the lovely Samah Rajab. Samah, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Nathan. Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. So Samah has been teaching science and English as a foreign language to young learners and very young learners for over 17 years. So a lot of experience to draw on this evening. And she's been teaching in both Kuwait and Syria. She was born and raised in Kuwait, but she's originally from Damascus in Syria. She's a mother of two wonderful and amazing boys, Mohammed, who is 14, and Haydar, who is 3, a handful, I'm sure. Yes. She has a diploma in general nursing from the College of Health Sciences in Kuwait, which I've been to, actually. And she absolutely loves teaching young learners. She's attended many teacher training and TESOL courses, building a very strong knowledge base of teaching and methodology. And she classifies herself as a lifelong learner. Learning is a lifelong journey for Samah. And she always works to improve her teaching skills, as well as her teaching methods and teaching delivery as well. So Samah, a very good evening to you and a warm welcome to our podcast today. We're really happy to have you with us. Before we get started though, do you have a drink of choice? Do you have a cup of tea with you?
Yes, of course. I have my English cup of tea with me. It's from Manchester. Yes, it's a lovely cup of tea.
Nice, good. Earl Grey, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. The taste. Everybody should try this one. It's Earl Grey. It's from London. It's from Manchester. It's different than any other kind of tea. Yeah. Especially, I drink the tea without sugar. It's Earl Grey. This one.
Yeah. What's the brand? Yeah, taste the difference.
The difference. It's called the difference. Okay, loose leaf.
This is from Sainsbury, I think, isn't it? Is Sainsbury's Taste the Difference or Tesco?
Aromatic and balanced, I think. Earl Grey fine tea.
Nice. I've got green tea with forest fruits today.
Oh.
Drink of choice. It's very fruity. And if you can see, I don't know if anyone can see it, I have my Spring of Nature cup today. So I shout out Spring of Nature. Great. Yes, a branded mug for advertising. Okay, great. So today's topic is creating and developing a positive classroom. It's going to focus on the pre-primary classroom, but I think a lot of this is going to be very equally relevant to the primary classroom as well. We're going to be talking about positivity in general.
Yeah.
So I think without further ado, I want to get straight into it because I think we've got a lot to discuss. Before we do get into the topic, though, I think we should start with you, and we should start with, for our listeners to get to know you a little bit better. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into education, what kind of influences or motivations you've had, this kind of thing?
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank MENA. I would like to thank you for having this opportunity to share my experience and my knowledge with other teachers around the world. Actually, my major, my main certificate, I am, as you mentioned, I am a registered nurse. I graduated from the College of Health Sciences. I worked for almost 8 years in a pediatric ICU. At the same time, I was doing a volunteer work, teaching and educating young diabetic children. I was a volunteer member in the Kuwait Diabetes Society, and we were teaching especially the diabetic children. At the same time, when I was a student in the college, also I was we were trained to do micro teaching. Related to teaching cases, anatomy. It was all about teaching. When I moved back to Syria, I found that in my country, I can help my country more. The children in my country, they lack the exposure to the English language. They lack English teachers. So I felt that I can do more in my society, in my country, as an English teacher for the young learner. Actually, I have a passion for teaching young learner. This is something I really love to do. So I improved my teaching skills. I joined a lot of teacher training courses, TESOL courses, like in Syria or online, like to have a strong basic knowledge, to know the methodology, to improve myself in teaching. So I was teaching primary school as a science teacher. Then also I moved to teaching young learners as a kindergarten, 4 years old. And I always try to improve myself. I always try to join courses that will, as you mentioned, like teaching and learning is something lifelong. We always have to improve ourselves. Teaching is like developing. We have to know the new methods. We have to improve ourselves. We have to improve the skills, because the universe around us is developing quickly. So we have to be updated, especially when we are teaching kids.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you think having a background in nursing, do you think that has helped your classroom practice?
Yes, actually. Like regarding teaching the kids, like regarding teaching young learner and primary, actually it helped me a lot as a science. When I taught science, my background in nursing, my science knowledge, it helped me a lot, especially when I taught biology, like we have a simple biology lessons, it helped me a lot. And also I worked with a pediatric ICU. All my life I was dealing with kids, whether they are sick kids or normal kids. So like working as a nurse, you need to work under pressure. You need to work under, like, to know how to work as a teamwork. This is the same methods. This is the same skills as a teacher. No teacher can work alone. It's like it's a teamwork. It's a teamwork. We have to work. Also, we work under pressure. We are dealing like with 24, 26 kids at the same time. We have to take care of them. We have to teach them. We have to make sure that they are safe. Like working under the pressure and as a teamwork for like 8 years as a nurse, it helped me a lot to work as a teacher.
Yeah, nice. Okay, great. I think I'm probably going to come back to that a little bit as we get into the topic, because I think some of the themes will probably come out around this crossover between teaching as a kind of scientific practice, imparting knowledge, teaching skills, and then this well-being side of education, developing senses of belonging, focus on social and emotional learning. So I think we will touch on some of those, I think, as we go through. Yeah. Okay, so let's think about positivity. Let's get into the topic itself. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess the first question is why is positivity so important for you? Why is this a topic that you chose to have a discussion with me in the first place? And why is it important for you in your classroom?
Okay, Nathan, young learners and kindergarten or pre-primary school, it's a very sensitive age. Like dealing with these like young learners, this age, it's very important to leave a positive impression, to have a positive impact, because this period of their life, it's very important. It will help them, whether they will like the school, whether they will like learning, or on the other side, if it's not a positive classroom, if it's not a positive atmosphere, they may not like the school, they may not like teaching. It may affect their learning for the rest of their lives. Especially young learners this age, they are disconnected from their parents. They are like they have this like they are under pressure, because they are leaving their parents, they are leaving their bed, they are leaving their toys. So they need to find a positive environment. They need to have a warm environment. They need to have a place where they feel they belong. Yeah. So because we don't want to increase the stress on them, we want them at the beginning of the year, of course, they will cry because of the separation and anxiety from their parents. They have to wake up early. They are used to their bed, they are used to their living room. Now they will sit on a table, on a chair, they will have a classroom rules. These are all pressure for this age. So we have to make it easy for them. That's why it's very important. It should be done under positive environment.
Yeah, okay. So the positivity is like a cushion, I guess, for
Exactly. I like
creating,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
creating this sense of belonging, right, in the classroom.
of course.
And I mean,
Uh,
I trained as a kindergarten teacher as well. And I remember when I trained, it was very much about the whole child, seeing the child
yeah,
holistically, which is why we
yeah,
do everything connected to not just learning literacy and numeracy and
of
the
course. Yeah.
alphabet, but it was about motor skills. It's seeing them as the whole child, I think.
Motor skills, social skills,
Skills.
like these
Yeah,
are very important skills. It's not only about the literacy. That's great. You are right. When
yeah,
they feel when they feel that they are in a safe environment, in a positive environment, also we can guarantee also we can get academic achievement because they when they feel they are safe, when they feel that they belong to this place, when they feel that there is a teacher that cares about them, this will help us to achieve our goal, to improve their
yeah.
skills socially, like motor skills and academic skills.
Mm.
So, as I told you, should be done under a positive environment. It's very important. It's very important, especially for this young age.
Yeah. And I also remember that when, especially for pre-primary, when they first come to school, it is exactly what you said. They're used to being at home, they're very reliant on
Yeah,
their parents. They're moving in terms of the personal development, they're moving from that egotistical sense of
yeah,
self to
yes,
learning how to be part of a group. That's a really important part.
exactly,
And I think,
exactly,
like you say, positivity is used, I think, as a methodology to draw them in, to not make them feel like it's something we're doing to them. We're not forcing them to sit and learn. We're encouraging them to get involved. We're encouraging them to participate, see themselves
exactly.
see themselves as not the center of attention all the time, I think.
It's help them to learn better. We can make sure that they are going to learn better. We can achieve our goals. It's easier for them. It's easier for us. It's also safer for them when they feel they are under like when they are in a positive environment. This feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling like in a positive environment, this is very critical for this. Like he is just 4 years or 5 years old. All
Yeah,
what he needs to feel that he is safe, to feel that he is secure, to feel that he belongs to this place, so he will not be scared.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, giving them that sense of comfort, I think yeah, like you say, it's
Yeah,
important.
exactly.
Okay, so that's a little bit about why it's important. So I want to break this discussion into, I think, three areas. I want to talk about positivity in terms of the classroom environment, how we create, or how you create, because we're talking about your experiences, how
Yeah,
you create a positive learning environment. That's the first area. The
yeah,
second area I'd like to discuss is around what the students do. So thinking about how to make activities more positive, how we use materials, this type of things. And the third aspect, I think, is around positive attitudes. So we probably just touched on this a little bit, but thinking
yeah,
about how positive we are, how the students see us, and how we can instill a sense of positivity in their attitude. So I think that for me, positivity is kind of these three areas: environment,
exactly,
what we do, activities, and then attitudes. So
exactly.
let's kind of spend like 5 minutes on each one. So the environment. Let's think about the space that we have within a school and the materials that we use. For you personally, how do you use your space? How do you use your materials to create this positive environment?
Okay. As a beginning, like let's talk about creating positivity, like through the classroom environment. Actually, the classroom environment, it should be a safe place. The environment in the classroom, I should see all the students. Like it should be arranged in a way that the kids are always visible. Like I cannot put like that the cubbies, like where the kids can hide behind. I cannot see them. This is not safe for the kids. Actually, like even from the first day of the school, from the moment that the kids are walking into their class for the first time, the warm welcoming, the eye contact, going down to greet them, calling them by their name, like they feel they are welcomed. When they enter the class, they will see like I have a lot of displays, like they are arranged properly. This gives them encouragement to learn, because encouragement will love. Like when they love, what do they learn? Like it helps them, like they will be interested more. When my classroom, when I have a safe place, like there is a special place when we do meeting with the kids, like, and also there is a place, there is a table where they can work as a teamwork, and there is a place where they can sit and do their art. Like everything is arranged around them. Like if it's a chaos classroom, if everything upside down, he doesn't know where to go, he will not feel secure. But if everything is arranged from the first day, also like setting rules, the routines of the classroom, the rules of the classroom, when the students know what he has to do and what will be next at what time, and this is done like on regular basis, the student can expect what is going on. Even the timetable, every day I will tell my students, now you will have, for example, 2 English period, then after the breakfast you will have Arabic lesson. So they expect almost, do we have PE today, do we have art today? So they know in advance. Every day I will tell them, I will show them, they will see the schedule. They will come inside the class, they will look at the schedule, they know where the schedule is. I put it on the board. So like if everything is safe, everything is arranged, like when I have the phonics period, they will directly look at the phonics period. When I have the math period, they will look directly at the math posters. Like this arrangement, this like every day we are doing this one on every day's basis. Like it will help them to know what to expect, and instead of like, we don't know what's going to be next, where I have to look. But everything is arranged, everything is done, everything, like we have consistency doing it. So this gives like this organizing the events, like time for eating, time for going out. You will have after 10 minutes your break, within 20 minutes we are going to play outside. This is the classroom environment. Like when they come inside, they will see their pencil case. They know that he has to take care of his pencil case. Everything he needs is on his table. Everything is arranged. It's clean. It's safe. Also cleanliness, it's something very important. And everything is arranged. This really will give, like, I will be arranged. I will feel that I am fine. When the teacher is organized, this will affect directly on the students, on the kids. Kids are very smart creatures. Kids are really smart creatures. If the teacher is like nervous and she doesn't know where the papers are, where she wants to put herself, also you will see like the kids will be like popcorn. But if the teacher is arranged, if she like arranged everything in advance, the classroom will be arranged also.
Yeah. Okay. So good planning, preparation is key. It sounds like. It sounds like you're really keen on making sure that rules and routines are put in place to help students learn expectations, set their expectations for them, so they know what to do, when to do it, where to go.
Exactly.
You have sections of the room, so there's different things going on in different places. So I guess you have to think quite carefully about how you move students around, but making sure that you can see them and monitor them.
Exactly.
I see Nada in the comments has put, even with secondary school students, she makes sure she can always see the students while they're working.
Of course. Exactly. I do agree.
Monitoring, yeah. But then creating this welcoming environment. I guess my follow-up question to that around the environment, because you've been telling us a little bit about how you set it up, what you do with the students. Actually, I kind of want to develop a mental image, I guess, of your classroom. What does your classroom look like? Is it colorful? Do you have like posters? Do you have?
Of course, yeah. It's color. It's colorful. Also, like as I told you, it's like all the walls are divided to sections. I have the language section. I have the phonics section. I have the reading word sections. The Arabic teacher, she has her section. Also the alphabet, it's above the word, because every day we are drilling the sounds, we are drilling the shapes, we are drilling the numbers. So it's like it's attracting. It's like it's not only attracting, I feel like it's warm, like it's a warming place. When the kids feel that it's an attractive, it's a warm place, This will help them to engage in learning. This will help them to be motivated to engage in learning more. Like, of course, with the encouragement of the teacher, with the teacher's smile, with the teacher warming words, with the encouragement. And also, like, we have always, like, when the teacher talks from her heart, it will reach the kid's heart. Also, we have to show eye contact. Whenever the kids like calling me, we have to pay attention. We have to look at their eyes. We have to go down to listen to them. A classroom, it should be colorful, because, like, especially this young age, they have like the visual, let's say everything visual around them. It will attract them more. It will stick in their mind. That's why I want to grab their attention. That's why I want them always to be motivated. Like, and also these posters, every season we are changing them, because they will get used to that one. So we have to change them, like when it's summer, when it's winter, when it's a spring. So we are changing them, so they don't want them to be bored. Like, even the days of the week, like, we can every now and then we can change the calendar, so it will be more attractive for them.
Yeah, nice. So the room is split into kind of themes around the walls, but you changed the overall theme according to the season as well, which I like. I think that's really nice. I used to do that in my kindergarten classes as well.
Oh, good, great.
What you use the kind of natural colors, like autumn colors or Christmas colors, all these things. So yeah, it's really nice. I think when it comes to the environment, I agree with everything you've said. I don't disagree with anything. I think, getting down on their level is really important with any type of age. I think being able to relate to them, that building of rapport with students. We are adults and they are very young children. So you have to think about how we build rapport with them in a slightly different way, because we're kind of guiding them. Yeah, we're an adult, we're guiding them, but we're also trying to make them feel safe and welcome, as you say. I think when it comes to the classroom environment, I remember when I used to have my classrooms for this age, I think it was really important to build this sense of belonging, to make sure that what we develop in terms of the visual of the classroom, that the children have a say in that it's partly their work. And I did something actually the other day for pre-primary in a training session. And I was saying we often do things like worksheets. So we'll have like label the rooms of the house, because that's what they're working on, this type of thing. And we give them a house and we make them stick the names on or something like this. I said, but it's nice if they can kind of create their own. Maybe they paint the house and we create a mural. So it's all
it's idea. Yeah.
So it's their work.
So let them share and arranging the classroom. This is a great idea. Thank you. I will try this for sure. I will try this.
So they each create a picture that's their own, but that picture fits into a bigger picture, which is like a mural or a collection of pictures.
Yeah.
And again, when I mentioned at the beginning, this idea of getting them to see themselves as not just the center of the world, I think activities like that are really key for this, because they see I made something, but it actually
to take actions.
Yeah, it goes with everybody else. Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's my take.
I totally agree. That's a great idea. I have to try this with my classroom.
Yeah, send me some pictures. I'd love to see them.
Of course, I will do.
Okay, so let's move to the next stage. Let's talk about activities, because I know we had a discussion in the pre-podcast session and you were telling me loads of stuff about activities that you've been doing.
Yeah.
And I know that some of them have been based on some of the webinars that Macmillan Education has been running. So why don't you tell us a couple of examples of the activities that you've been doing and how they've created positivity in your classroom?
Actually, doing activities with my student, it's my favorite part. It's my favorite part. Doing things like extra out of the curriculum. You are doing something extra, like you are not just teaching phonics, not teaching language. You are not just teaching them the handwriting. Actually, one of the great webinars I've attended, it was by Carol Reed. She like the webinar, it was in March last year. It was how to develop global skills with the preschool children. Yeah. She mentioned something that she can teach children through, like, she made a small puppet show about Chili the shark. Actually, I did the same with my kids, with my students, but I developed it to something bigger. Instead of puppet show, I asked the help of the art teacher because I don't know how to draw. I'm very bad in drawing. Actually, this let me come to the point again, like working as a teamwork. When I told my head of department I want to do this, she encouraged me and she was happy to support me. Actually, we made many sea animals, creatures. We made Chili the shark, octopus, stingray, seahorse, sea turtle, and we posted on like a big bulletin board, and we brought like each section. And I made like a big pouch for the shark where I put the plastic bag, I put the plastic bottle, I put like a plastic, even a glove, like the fishing rope, it was inside. So like it was a great idea. Nathan, I want you to look at the kids' eyes. They didn't blink. They were just looking at the poster. They were just looking at the story I was telling them, like the plastic. I don't know who was happy, me or them. I was very happy because they were interested. Even, you know, I brought like a sound effect, the deep underwater ocean sound effect, like to let them feel that they are under the water. Actually, Nathan, as Carol said, we can teach many things through this activity. I told them vocab. I told them like science, because I told them about the stingray. It lives under the ocean. It can hide under the sand. It has eyes on the top of its body. And then we moved on to talk about this global plastic. It's dangerous. Nathan, after this, the kids, whenever they see a small plastic trash on the floor, they talk to themselves. They will catch it and they will put it in the trash bin. They said like this: plastic is bad, plastic is dangerous. Like, you know, I feel Carol's word inside my head. The kids are saying it the same. I was very happy. Really, thank you for this webinars. You know, I was really happy. We are not only we don't have only to teach literacy. We don't have only to teach handwriting. We have to teach them some moral skills. You know, we are living on our earth. We have to take care of, although we live on land, but we have to take care of the ocean. We have to take care of the sea animal. You know, some of the kids, when they saw Shelly the shark, was sad. Also, they were sad with her, and they were very happy when I took out the plastic bag, when I took out the plastic bottle, and I asked them, what do you think, where we can put them? And many of them, they said from the beginning, we should not throw anything plastic in the ocean. We have to collect them, put them in a trash bin. Kids are amazing. I would really like to thank Kara for this idea. But instead of puppet show, I asked the art teacher to make it like big drawing poster on the bulletin board. So the children sat on the carpet, and I told them also the sound of the ocean, like, you know, I was happy, maybe more than the kids. I was happy because really, really, I can achieve the goals that, like, they will understand how much plastic is bad for the sea animals.
Yeah. And you've touched on so many things within that. I mean, it's such a lovely story, and I'm sure Carol's going to be thrilled when I send it. But yeah, I mean, you've got your language development going on. It's all in English. They are, like you said, they're captivated. It's very positive, both in terms of the activity itself, but in a broader picture, because you're introducing them to the Sustainable Development Goals. You're talking about, like you say, global skills, global citizenship education. But you've also got this element of social and emotional learning going on there, how they're feeling.
Exactly.
How does Shelley feel when again, being able to relate to others is such an important skill at that age to develop.
Exactly. You know, they also, like, during this activity, it showed them the value of helping other, the value of the empathy, the value to take action. You don't just sit like at the end of the, like, this activity. The octopus, he made like a meeting with other sea animals. What should we do? How can we clean? I did the same. So, you know, like this simple story, it didn't take a lot of effort. Just, you know, we drew a picture by the art teacher. It teaches them a lot: empathy, taking action, helping others, how to take care of our environment for the future. Like these, like, it's very important to develop this emotional and like social and emotional skills, because also this has a great effect, it has a great effect even on their academic achievement and for the future learning.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not just empathy towards humans. We think of empathy as,
Of course.
I'm towards
Yes, looking after the
humanity.
environment.
Empathetic towards animals and the environment, like you said. It's
I think I have a little bit of internet. Yes, it's back again.
I lost you for a second. That was
Yes,
strange.
actually,
Hi,
from
you
the
there?
internet. I'm really sorry. Yeah, it's back again now.
I think it was my side, actually. It said my internet was unstable.
Ah, really? I thought from my side.
I'm sorry. I think that time it was me. I wasn't sure.
Okay. It's okay. It's
My
okay.
battery seems to be dying. I don't know why.
Oh my God.
Plugged in, but I don't know. It's gone a bit crazy. Sorry. The question was, what did you did the story with them with all these things going on? What did the children do after the story? Did they do anything? Any painting? Any play?
Of course, of course. Yes, yes, yes. You know, when we have a little bit of discussion, the same, what should we do? And the kids came with the great ideas. As I told you, some of the kids they said we should never from the beginning throw anything inside the ocean. We have to put the trash inside a plastic bag and put it in a plastic bin. We have to collect all these plastic things and put it in a safe place. Actually, you know, they didn't understand a lot what to say. So it was like, if I want to mention recycling, it should be like for higher level, but they said we have to take it away. And even that day, or like even many days after that, whenever they see something outside the classroom, when they want to play in the playground, they were collecting all the plastic things, even the small one, and they put it in trash. And even they were telling their friends, plastic is bad, plastic is dangerous. It was the same, really, like Earl, you know, it was her sound, like, it's plastic is bad, plastic is dangerous. And also I mentioned for them that even we don't live in the ocean, but we have to take care of the animals that live in the ocean. It's part from our earth. We are drinking from the water, we are living. We have to take care not only for the land animals, but also for the sea animals.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so that's one really lovely activity, and it sounds like it created a lot of positivity in your classroom, both with the students, but with their learning, with their engagement. Have you got any other examples? Any other things you've been interested in, or anything else?
Actually, one more thing also I learned from also from the webinars, and actually I would like to thank you a lot for these webinars. They are really useful. You know, we learn a lot, we learn a lot from others. We learn a lot from other teachers' experience. Like even I attended like a webinar also, it was in March last year for Sarah, when she was telling when mistake is a mistake and when it's a learning opportunity. It's a great it's a great tip that like I learned it from her, that let kids do mistakes. We don't have to correct them, especially like in my country, the kids, they lack exposure to the English language. So that's why they are like to have more mistakes than others. You know, we don't have a lot of foreigners, like they don't have exposure to the English language. So even like sometimes they said, I good with my parents. So I used to tell them, no, it's not I good, I went. So I learned, no, let them do mistakes, because if I stop on each and every mistake they will do, they will not talk anymore. Like I will let them talk, I will let them have mistakes. Like, you went with your mom and dad, you know, like I don't let them feel that I am correcting them. And also I always, you know, especially this age, they are aware of making mistakes when they do the written writing. So always, as Sarah said, making mistake, it's okay. I always repeat for them, don't be afraid to do mistakes. I do mistakes. Also, I did what she told us. You know, I learned it from her that me, myself, like sometimes I will write a word like mat on the board. I will do some spelling mistake and I will let the student correct the mistake for me. And I will show them my attitude regarding them correcting me in a positive way. Oh, it was a mistake. See, even me, I am a teacher, I do mistakes. So what about you? Try, because one of the main reasons, like in this like pre-primary school age, they are not only afraid to talk in English, they are not only afraid to do a written work, they don't want to do it because they said, I don't want to do mistakes. And when they do mistake, when they solve math, you know, their face, they are scared. I have to give them always support. Like I always repeat, it's one of the golden rules. I have it in my classroom. It's okay to do mistakes. I do mistakes. No one is perfect. Look, I do a mistake. I will let them even in math. 1 plus 3, for example, I will write 5. So they will shout, no, miss, it's not 5, it's the 4. Oh, oops, see, I do mistakes. Thank you for telling me this. So they feel that doing mistakes is good. I don't mean it's good. Doing mistakes is okay. Everybody does mistake. So that when they see my positive reaction to them correcting me, so they will let them do mistakes because they can learn. I will tell them I'm here to help you. Don't be afraid to do anything. This is also one of my like favorite tips. I learned it from Sarah from the webinar, when mistake is a mistake and when it is a learning
Yeah, and I really
opportunity.
I love the fact that you've extended that and made it your own. But I love this. And I guess and what you're saying, I think, is that it's planned for, because if you just correct every error that they make, like you say, you'll be there forever.
It
And
will hinder them from learning.
yeah, and it hinders the flow of the class. It makes them feel like they're being you're drawing attention to just that one student.
Exactly.
So
And they will not talk anymore.
yeah, it can damage their confidence. But this way, you've planned for it. You whether it's with numeracy or whether it's with spelling words,
Or
giving
math or
letting them see that the language is playful, that there's a
yeah,
playful approach. And if you are playful with it, then yeah, you're going to make a mistake in the same way that you would if you were playing a game. If
exactly.
you're playing football, you don't hit the goal every time you kick the ball. You are going to miss the goal
Yeah,
sometimes. But the more you
no one
practice,
is perfect.
the better you get. So I love this way
Yeah,
that
even
you
teachers.
yeah, I love this. So you're making those mistakes and making them correct you. So it's flipping that around. I love it. It's really nice.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, to show them also my positive attitude regarding them correcting me. And no, that's okay, no problem. Oops, yeah, okay. And they will laugh. They are happy to see their teacher making mistakes. You know, they are very happy.
Yes, because they feel like their confidence grows, right? They're like,
Yeah,
Miss,
exactly. Oh, my teacher did a mistake. Oh, so it's okay.
yeah. And if they can correct you, then yeah, like you say, they're proving that they're learning, which is assessment for that's
Of
assessment.
course. Yeah, in an indirect way.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, like, yeah, that they start to, as a dynamic in the classroom, can I be the one that spots the teacher's mistakes before everybody
They will
else?
concentrate more, you know, when
Yeah,
I have
more
math,
focus.
and you know that there is, so they will come. They want to, they are engaged more. They will be happy.
Yeah. I think actually we've kind of started to cover the last one, because the third area was around attitudes. And it was, yeah, I mean, what I wanted to talk about was how what we do has an impact, and we influence our students by the activities that we do, by the
Yeah.
attitude we have in class. But I think you've started to already kind of to cover a lot of this stuff. So is there anything you want to add to the attitudes part? You've talked a lot about it.
Attitude part. No, just loving kids, loving teaching. This is the key, to love what you do, to plan, to be organized. Doing it from your heart, it will reach to the kid's heart. This age is very sensitive. They will feel, even if we are smile, but it's not from the bottom of our heart, they will feel and they will know. Kids
Yeah.
are really smart creatures. Yeah, when they see their teacher, they know when she loves them, when they know when she doesn't love them, when she does this just because it's her job, or what. Teaching is something should come from our heart, especially with this young age. Doing it from heart, giving them warm words, encourage them in a positive way. It's very sensitive. Like this age, it's very sensitive. It will affect them for the rest of their life in a positive way or in a bad way. And we want to leave a positive impact on them.
Yeah, we do. Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree. Building confidence.
Yeah.
So actually, we've got a comment, we've got a question in the chat box. So we'll ask this. Let's try and address it together. I know that Natia is a primary teacher, so she's in the primary context, so slightly different. But the question is, how can we encourage those who are determined to achieve every time they try? So I think she's thinking of those kids who are engaged and they will want to do their best all the time, but they don't always do their best. And that sometimes knocks them down a little bit. She's saying those magic words, they don't always work. Have you had any of these kinds of scenarios? And how have you
Yes.
dealt?
Okay, let me just make sure that I understood the question. That some of the students, whatever they do, whatever they try to do, the answer they will not achieve. What do I do with them? Is this the question? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a positive and good that they are trying. It means that they have the passion, they have they want to do something. Instead of giving them a task that's hard for them, I can make it easier for them. I can make it like if they have to do 2-3 tasks together, I can make it one task. Like, or if it's the level, let's say, of subtraction with the trading, let me make it like an easy subtraction step. Let them achieve when they like, if I have a big goal, I can divide it into smaller goals. I can go give to them one-to-one extra time. When they feel that they can achieve small goals, here my rule, here is I will encourage them to do more. If it's something hard for them, I can make it easier. I can make it simpler activity, like where I make sure they can achieve. When they have the students this age, when they have even primary, when they have the self-confidence, when they see that they can solve something, I will move on to go back step by step to the bigger goal. So if it's hard, they did their best, they cannot achieve it, I can make it easier. I can make the level a little bit lower where I make sure that they can answer, they can do something. Here, my support, my extra explanation, because sometimes some of the students, they need one-to-one teaching. Sometimes I can solve this with 2 minutes. There is a misunderstanding, he doesn't know it. I can explain it more for him, step by step. When he can do the smaller goal, for sure he can do the bigger goal.
Yeah, okay. So we got differentiation there, absolutely. Differentiating tasks to help students to achieve. And then, maybe breaking the goal down into smaller goals.
Exactly. And simpler, make it simpler.
Yeah, giving them kind of stepping stones. And I guess maybe the additional advice around that is I guess to keep praising process rather than the achievement of the goal. So yeah, okay, you didn't make it, or you've been trying, but you didn't get to where you wanted to get to. Like, why did you not get there, and what could you do differently next time? And then think about the process. Yeah,
exactly. I do agree.
Simplifying. If they're doing phonics, maybe if you think they cannot do the whole word, get them to break it down. Maybe have just one letter missing, and they have to guess that one letter.
Like start that consonant, vowel, consonant with a simple one, then we can move on to the harder words.
And I'm trying to think more in Natia. I know Natia teaches, I think, grade 5 in upper primary school. So the context is slightly different, because I think the emphasis on academic achievement is probably a lot higher than what we've been talking about. With pre-primary, it's more kind of play-based and getting them to interact, type of thing. I know in grade 5 it can be a bit more. You need to be able to do this in the book, and it's either right or wrong. So it's a bit more difficult. But it's still, still getting them to think about the process, how they got there. If you're thinking about writing, for example, how do you support them with creating the story, giving them the language they need to fill in the gaps? Again, but you can differentiate that, I think.
Yeah.
We do have one other comment, which was somebody really likes this method of you making mistakes yourself and getting them to highlight them. But they're asking if it shakes their trust in the teacher. I think this is quite a MENA-based question. I know you've got some things going on in the background, but don't worry, I can still hear you.
Sorry, it's from outside.
It's okay, don't worry. It's not that loud actually from my side. I guess in MENA, I guess traditionally mistakes have been quite frowned upon. Like, it's not okay to make mistakes in the classroom. That's changing, I think. So this attitude towards student towards teacher, does that worry you at all? Making mistakes in front of them and them highlighting that, or it's okay?
Excuse me, could you please ask the question one more time because the voice was interrupted? Making mistakes, you mean in front of the students?
Yeah, you're making because you were giving examples and they were nice of you making mistakes in front of the students. But the comment is, does that not shake the trust of students in the teacher?
Of course not, because we are a human being. We have to teach this for the kids. As Sarah mentioned in her webinars, no one is perfect. No one is perfect. Of course, I'm not doing mistakes always, always, always. I'm not doing mistakes on every day. I did this on purpose. I did this on purpose. And maybe at the beginning of the year to show them not to be afraid, to show them that you can do mistakes, okay? And you can correct me. Because if even when I show them my positive attitude regarding them correcting me, they will not be afraid or they will not feel sad when I correct their mistakes, whether it's a written part or an oral part. Of course, it should not like shake the trust because we are teacher. We have to know that no one is perfect.
Yeah.
Even we are teachers, we does mistakes. Okay.
I guess maybe for the advice to Nada then maybe is, I don't know what age Nada teaches, but maybe she's in primary as well, especially with older kids, primary or secondary, is to tell them, is to say, this week I'm going to make a mistake somewhere in the week. And if whoever gets it and makes a note and puts it in a box or something, they will get a prize at the end of the week. Make it into an actual
great idea. It's a great idea.
Yeah, I think it's
this secondary. With upper age a little bit. I think with 4 years, it's a little bit hard for them. Like,
she's saying,
but for great idea. I love it.
Yeah, secondary classes, I think you could do this. Get them, and also then they're paying attention because they don't know when it's going to be. So
they will pay attention. Great, thank you, Nathan. They will pay attention to what you said and to find the mistakes. That's a great idea. I love it.
Try that, Nada. Come back to us next week and tell us how you got on. I'd be interested. Send me a Facebook message or something. I'd love to find. Okay. Set that as a task. Okay, so we're coming to the end. The last thing we always do, Samah, is we ask you for your favorite teaching tip. What is your favorite teaching tip?
Actually, my favorite, there is a lot, as I told you, doing everything with love. This is like doing it with love. But let's come to more practical tips, like a golden rule. It's consistency. In my school, we attended many classroom, many teaching training courses. Actually, consistency in pre-primary, in a primary, elementary, it's very important. When the kids are used to the class rules, when they know what, as I mentioned before, when they know the rules, when they know their boundaries, when they know what it's going to be next, this will let them feel organized, and I am organized. When they know their boundaries, these rules make them feel safe. When everything going on like on consistency, they expect what's going to come next. They expect what's going to be after this period. This will help them to feel safe, not like just sitting, oh, what's going to be next? What's going to be now? When they feel secure, when they feel like they are knowing what's going on around them, it's very good for them. This can be done by consistency, especially with the class rules. I really love to do that. It makes me more organized, and my classroom will be organized. It's easier to apply classroom discipline. Consistency is a golden rule.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, it's good. So classroom rules are very important in terms of setting expectations and consistency and helping students to know what's coming next. And I think I guess part of that is seeing rules as not you do this or you don't do this. It's this ongoing communication with them about what's, like you say, setting expectations, but also helping them to understand the process and how steps from one to the next. And involving them in that, I think, is key. Getting them to say what's important, getting them to agree on those rules. Yeah, it is really nice. Samah, thank you very much. It's been a wonderful discussion. I knew it was going to be really upbeat and positive, this discussion. You've got loads of experience and you've got loads of really positive things. And that positivity really comes through in your attitude with the conversation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I would like to thank you too, Nathan, for having this opportunity, for inviting me to this podcast. I would like to thank all the teachers around the world for sharing their experience. Like, really, I'm learning a lot from the webinars. I'm also myself, I would like to attend more webinars. sometimes these small things, small tips, small like advice, it helps us a lot in our teaching like skills and practices. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
you're most welcome. So if
Thank you
anybody's
very much.
learning more about positivity in the pre-primary or even primary classroom, we've got loads of webinars, as Samah has mentioned, on the Macmillan English website. So just go to macmillanenglish.com and go to the webinar archive. You can see Carol Reed's on there. If you're teaching with Mimi's Wheel, which is the book that she wrote, you've got Hop on the Learning Wheel, which she's got loads of professional development things going on there. And also Sarah Hilliard's Making Mistake is also on that website. If you want to learn more about teaching in the pre-primary classroom, if you're interested in courses, I know that Sarah Hilliard is currently running the Teaching Pre-Primary Nile course. So go to nile-elt.com and check out that course. It can be done online. And I'm sure she would be more than happy to see anybody from MENA on that course. And Sarah's fantastic. She's such a wonderful teacher trainer. So highly recommended course. But that's it from us today. My tea has come to an end. I had a delicious green tea with forest.
Me too.
Yeah, it's come to an end. So Samah, I'd like to thank you once again. I'd like to thank everybody who was writing in the chat box, giving us their experiences as well and asking questions. I think it's really nice. Hopefully you got some good ideas and advice from this podcast today. Obviously, do go to the website, go to menapdacademy.com and go to ELT time there and check out some of the other episodes if you haven't watched them before. I'm actually about to put some onto places like Spotify and Apple Music, so people will be able to download them and listen to them offline in the future. And we hope you we hope you enjoyed today's discussion. But from Samah and myself this evening, we wish you and your students all the very best, and we look forward to seeing you at the next ELT Time MENA. Samah, good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Have a nice weekend. Thanks for everybody. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.